YouTubers, Mike Martin's here with the Mike Martin Channel. Thanks for joining me. Rate and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Top housing markets to watch for 2021 in America. Oh yeah, we covered this last night on trends in the housing market. We're gonna revisit it and take a look because it's a really well written article, and I kind of want to throw this out there. This is from December 15, and this is coming from our friends over at Forbes, and it's written by Andrew Di Pietro. So this is a really good one, and there is a lot happening in America, and there's going to be a lot of housing migrants, housing affordability migrants, leaving New York, Washington State, and Oregon and California. It's been happening for a while now, but Washington State and New York, it's getting a lot more intense with people leaving, and you can see the U-Haul reports on where people are dropping off their U-Hauls when they're done and when they're done moving. So it's getting tougher and tougher to get yourself a moving vehicle or a moving company to take you out one way, because going back the other, no one's returning the vehicles. So here it goes, guys. Boise, Idaho, number one. So again, Boise, Idaho is right here. The market within 2 weeks rose from 46.7% in October 2019 to 67.8%. Okay, so homes are going fast. So back in 2015, only 5.8% of homes were sold and off the market within 2 weeks. That's 5.8%. Okay, now you're getting homes getting off the market faster than ever. And let's move on. Tacoma, Washington. Now, Tacoma, Washington obviously is going to see an uptick in sales because people in Seattle that were working in the tech industry, that is to blame. The tech industry is to blame for the uprising in prices. It's not the tech industry, it's foreign investing. And when Vancouver implemented the foreign buyers tax in the tail end of 2016, look at your historical numbers in Seattle and look at the price when prices really took off. So there it is. Meanwhile, home values have been increasing like clockwork over the years, with the typical Tacoma home value rising from $335,000 last October to $384,000. And that's a big tick. That's a big uptick within a year. Killeen, Texas, modern Texas, as well as the Texas of Old West. So there it is right there. Killeen, Texas, last October, 47.2% of homes were sold off the market within 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a benchmark that gives you an indication. It's a benchmark indicator for real estate sellers or real estate observers to look at how long a house is on the market. So if it's off the market in 2 weeks, you got yourself a sizzling hot market. If it's off the market in 90 days, then you got a stagnant slash not a buyer's or a seller's market, you just got a stagnant. But if a house stays on the market 180 days plus, then you shouldn't be selling it or you're overpricing it. Spokane, Washington. So there it is right there. Spokane, Washington. Again, another place in Washington State where people are fleeing Seattle. Spokane is very tight, having dropped from 1,411 available homes in October 2019 down to 694 homes. So in October 2020, for a decline of over 50% in a year. So there it is. You're going to have the supply and demand issue, and that's why building permits are going through the roof right now in America. Cleveland, Ohio. So despite suffering from population loss and decline, well, Cleveland's going to be going up for sure. So here it is here. Related to this is a sharp rise in the number of houses that were sold off the market within 2 weeks. The percentage stood at 18.4% of homes in October 2019. But by October 2020, more than 40% of homes were sold off the market within 2 weeks. Again, you got a hot market there. Buffalo, New York. Buffalo. I remember being a kid, we used to call it Barfalo. And Buffalo, New York, I've been there many times. It's just across a bridge crossing away from Niagara Falls, where we used to visit a lot. And Buffalo, New York, very interesting that it's starting to go up or be a hot market. Why? Well, people are leaving New York City. They want to stay in state, or because they want to work within the state or working remotely, they move to Buffalo. And with the price of homes severely affordable there, so price of housing went up from 145,000 to 161. So, and then 2 weeks of 2 weeks on the market, houses are off 43.8% in October 2019 to 64.8% in October 2020. So you're going to see a supply and demand issue in these cities. Seattle, Washington, we already know this. A lot of foreign money is parking in there, and they're moving outwards towards the Canadian border and south to Olympia. So keep your eye on that. Indianapolis, Indiana. Here's another Midwest city whose housing market is displaying market vitality. So here it is, guys. Indianapolis housing inventory is down a lot from 6,315 available for sales in October 2019 down to 3,000. That's like half. So there's no availability, and if you live in those areas and you want to sell and move to Costa Rica, go ahead. But if you live in these cities and you want to sell and rebuy in the same market, good luck with that, buddy. Stockton, California. Again, Stockton, another area away from LA that people are moving to, and there it is. 66.3% of homes were sold off the market within 2 weeks. Bridgeport, Connecticut. That's how we say it in Portuguese. Connecticut. And here it is, guys. From 1,055 sold in October 2019 to 807 sold in October 2020. This has helped drive down available inventory from 6,016 homes for sale in Bridgeport area last October down to 4,744 homes for sale in October 2020. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Again, people looking for bang for their buck. Look at the price of that, $180,000 to $201,000. And people are looking for bang for their buck. And again, houses can't stay on the markets for more than 2 weeks. Richmond, Virginia, another place that's going to be getting hit pretty hard. The number of sales which means it dropped for more than half in 1 year. So there you go. Inventory is dropping, and that is in Richmond, Virginia. Then you got Sacramento, California. Again, same thing. Prices are going up. Prices are going to keep going up with the lack of supply to feed the demand. Then you got Clarksville, Tennessee. I think Clarksville's one on my radar for one of the top growing cities, Middle America. Clarksville is the 5th largest city in Tennessee and one of the fastest growing as well. This one I've already made videos on, and I believe right here, this is because homes are selling faster in 2020 than prior years. In October in 2019, just over a quarter of the homes sold for 25.6% were gone off the market within 2 weeks. Again, the two-week benchmark, this is enormous. If you are a real estate agent in these areas, I mean, you're making bang for your buck, big bang. In October 2020, however, this share of homes has grown to nearly half of all homes sold, 47.4 points. Omaha, Nebraska. Again, another middle or north, part of here. We'll go into this. Let me show you. Northwest, Midwest area. Building permits rise 6.2% in November despite pandemic. Again, this is coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. 6.2% in November on a seasonally adjusted basis. So this is a big housing starts rose 1.2 and are at 12.8% higher. So this is housing starts. So these are builders, these are permits, these are people building. And building is going to be, America is going to become like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, where they're going to hinge the economy, the American economy. It's not going to be about exporting anymore. It's not going to be about production. It's going to be about building and exporting homes to wealthy investors or to people leaving overpriced cities or expensive cities and moving to middle America. So that's what's happening right now. So there it is right there. So you move on. So we got this here. Sorry, a video here. Some videos here. Look. Investors fleeing Toronto fleeing to Toronto and Seattle because of the Vancouver housing foreign buyers tax that they put in. Major issue, and that's brought a lot of sorrows and problems into King County. And the same thing in Toronto. Look what happened in 2016 in Toronto with their housing. Absolutely a disaster. So here it is. Let's keep going here. Another Central Texas housing market says it's on pace for a record year. Again, during the pandemic, housing. And a lot of these middle America cities are going to do really well with housing, people moving out. So people are saying, a lot of these people moving out don't have money, Mike, they're renters. No, you got to remember, if you're leaving New York, you have a way to pay for transportation to get yourself out. You have hired a moving company, you hired a truck, whatever you did, you have money. So New York is going to be blue-collar workers, middle class. New York is going to see a massive strain. Same thing with California. California has been happening for the last 20 years. But all these others, like if you look at the blue and red states, you'll see that the blue states are the ones that are severely unaffordable, and it's getting worse as time progresses. So here it is. Despite the COVID, Central Texas homes on sale remains on track for another record year. So again, a lot of people moving to Middle Texas. And let's keep going here. So this one is from another one from Forbes. Experts predict what the housing market will be like in 2021. I actually kind of threw this out here, right there. This is Robert Tez, Senior Vice President of Chief Economist, National Association of Home Builders. With home builder confidence near record highs, we expect continued gains for single-family construction, albeit at the lower growth rate than 2019. Some slowing of new home sales growth will occur due to the fact that a growing share of sales has come from new homes that have not started constructions. So there it is. Share of sales are coming from homes that haven't been constructed, pre-builts. Pre-builts are hot right now. People are waiting in line and waiting for their builds to happen. A lot of people waiting in other states for their pre-builts. A lot of people buying pre-builts online without even seeing them, sight unseen, in other states. I spoke to somebody who's in Boston, Massachusetts, that bought a pre-built home in Texas without even seeing it, sight unseen, a detached home for $244. And a nice area, he says. They have it advertised nicely, so it looks like they have some sort of class. So he's looking at that, and he's already put down $30,000 down payment. So he's going to be moving, right? So he's going to be moving to Texas, and there's another one I got multiple emails. One guy's moving to South Carolina that emailed me the other day. He's leaving, I think it's Albany, New York, because prices are going up there right now. So he's going to sell in Albany and then move down to, he's looking at Florida or South Carolina. So there's a lot of emails. Thanks for the email, guys. So, guys, I'm going to stick to my guns when I said basically that housing to double in the United States of America, American housing to increase 40 to 100%. You might want to watch that video if you're living in the United States of America, because I discuss the trend that's been happening in Australia, New Zealand, UK, and Canada, and how it's coming to America, and it's going to affect a lot of Americans. I think this is going to be a major, major upset for a lot of people that don't get into the right city at the right time. But Mike, there's a virus. There's that. Nothing's going to stop these housing markets. It hasn't stopped it in Australia. It hasn't stopped it in New Zealand. New Zealand right now, guys, watch trends in the housing market. Here it is. Trends in the housing market from last night. Look what's happening around the world with housing. And then you guys can see what we're talking about, what's going to be happening to America. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.